Put that in the car.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Did you consider having a bat? Daddy didn't have that trait.
You must have got that from Mummy's side. Yes, 200 Plus Summer Edition, the Summer Series. This is going to be good fun. No rest for the wicked here. We're straight into it. Now, Nicky Foot's with us, AFL umpire extraordinaire and punting guru. Hello, Footy.
G'day, Butts. Good to be here, mate.
Good lad. And Big Patto is here. Hello, Pat.
Buttsy, how are you, mate?
Very good. I've had a couple of coffees and a mild anxiety attack, and that's normally when I'm at my best. So, Chom isn't here. This is starting to shit me. He is still in Germany, Benny. I last told he was comparing his cock to sausages and getting shit-faced. And it's about time. We need to do something here. Like, I don't know, Patto's the sales guru. I don't know if Reece Plumbing need to provide a sponsorship or Mazda, but I'm going to do a bit of a GoFundMe to go and retrieve him because enough is enough. Okay, come back to your podcast, start doing some fucking weights and core work and some intercept marking and less piss and less sausages and less fucking concerts and get back to podcasting and footy.
Yeah, we miss him, but I don't think he's coming back too soon. I think he's still got a couple
He's
of
going to
weeks.
get some tough love from me. And I would suggest the Plumbers give him some tough love too. He would be a top 400 player in the league at the moment. Higher profile than that, but a top 400. And I went past the Oval the other day and there was Dion Prestia doing strides. Prestia. Yeah, went down and saw Big Rowan Marshall doing some training, just keeping fit before he gets to the Cattery. What the fuck is Chom doing?
Dreeny's brought a footy with him. The touch is probably not there. You can run and do a few weights. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on over there in Germany. He'll come back spiritually refreshed, though.
Do you?
But imagine...
Really? Come back to the bloody Caulfield Carnival starting this week. Like, hearts will race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Drink some piss with your mates. Bond. Talk about how good you are, you know, and pump yourself up to the great unwashed.
Yeah.
No one's going to recognise him in Germany.
No.
Doesn't he want to? We've spoken about this, Patto, and you would have had it more than me. And Footy, you would have this, I'm sure. When you're the best footballer in the room, it's such a great feeling.
Yeah, I get that all the time.
Have you ever had it, Footy?
No, I haven't. But
Best umpire in the room.
Not everyone's got Nick Butler mentality. Everyone maybe just wants to go away, completely reset, and come back a better human. And raring to go. Dig in for 10 months.
Caulfield committee room about a month ago with my wife, and I was sitting there going, Johnny Kanga's talking away, welcoming everyone, and it was a bloody great vibe down there at Caulfield, and I'm having a punt and having a beer, and I said, I think I'm the best footballer in the room here. And then I rolled into Dipper and old Wayne Richardson, and they've got me covered by about 400%.
Pat, I'm getting the vibe of this podcast. We've had Prestia, Marshall, committee room, Dipper. Who else have we had? Richo. That's a lot of name dropping early. So I'm understanding the modus operandi of this show. It's good.
Yes, you are.
But it's very rare to get 2 months off, like from your job.
It's a good job.
Be Chom's age, have a good income so we can go away and go experience the world.
He could have been.
Mate,
He could be in the bird kind for 3 weeks.
All right.
True.
Look,
When you make your money in your...
to his credit, our lad, come game day, he brings it. And not everyone does. He does. He crosses the white line and he gives everything. So I give him an out there. I'm saying you can go for a month. I just think 2 months is a stretch. She's got a beautiful girlfriend as well. What's she doing?
So it's not boom
She's
boom.
over there with him.
No, boom boom.
I think she's with him.
I just think this is it, mate. You're 23 now. Hawks boys are going to Phoenix to do a bloody NFL training camp. Let's work a bit of that in next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you do, Patto?
Oh, that's probably why I had a 7-year career, because I was doing what Chom was doing.
You
Living.
can, but they think as well, Benny, you're close to this age of me. Everyone thinks you can't travel in your 30s. You can, as long as you haven't got kids, you can travel.
Yeah, but
Traveling in your 30s is good.
most will have kids. That's the thing.
What? You're pumping them out at 30? That's
Yeah,
young.
30. I think the average age is around 30 for kids.
Anyway, I got my head kicked off for the Mad Monday thing. I don't want to go there again, but I want him home, okay? And he can drink piss with me, right? But just quickly, okay, this episode and the series, or a lot of it, is brought to you by our great friends at the Melbourne Racing Club. Hearts will race at Sportsbet, the Caulfield Cup Carnival, starting this Saturday, finishing next week. Footy, we'll preview that in a minute, but just quickly on the show. So we're going to talk a little bit of footy, obviously. Trade week and pre-season and who's going to burn up the track and all that sort of stuff. A lot of cricket. Willy Taylor's coming up. Racing every week. We're all racing men. It's a semi-profession for you. You're like a semi-pro racing man, which is very exciting.
Oh, I find the semi a little bit offensive. It's actually
You're a
my
pro.
job. It's my job.
Well, no, you're an ump first, aren't
Well,
you?
am I? I don't
You
know.
are.
I'm part-time, I guess.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
Double
You're a
threat.
racing pro.
I feel like, yeah.
All right, I'm
Did
sorry,
you
take
do you
that
get
back.
paid for umpiring grand final day in your role on grand final day?
Emergency.
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Full matchy.
Not I wish it was a full matchy. Jeez. Maybe we can push for that in the next CBA. But no, it was, it's a paid gig, but it's loser's lounge over there on the bench, sitting there behind the core flute signs with emojis on them and 3 minutes left. Were
you angry?
In a tracksuit. I kicked the cat a little bit from Monday to sort of Saturday, I guess you could say.
Steve, you had a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But like in terms of the 4 guys out there,
Yeah.
outstanding, like
Yeah.
all fully deserved. So
Tough at the top.
It is.
Your socials were great. You were being the ultimate hype man. You know,
That's the job.
You were getting around the boys.
That's the job.
Yeah.
You can't. No one wants a Suki Lala.
Yeah.
In that week, and everyone knows that's. Whilst you're in the conversation, it's the
Yeah.
worst appointment to be named emergency in a grand final, no matter what your role, player, umpire, whatever, because you want your teammates to have success, but you're also sort of going, wish that was me.
Emergency is the worst role in anything, isn't it?
is.
Like
Yeah.
school play, Vic Metro, Vic Metro 98.
What,
I was emergency Vic Metro. I was
Yeah.
like the travelling guy or the one that I still got sent the pack when they went on the pre-carnival camp and I didn't get to fucking play.
so
It's
attached
the
to it.
worst.
Would you rather miss out or have that?
I do tell a lot of people I was emergency in the Vic Metro under 16s.
What nativity role were you emergency in?
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Were you some backup shepherd of some sort at Christmas time, Buttsy?
Hang on. No, I did. I went for the main role in the Christmas play, and some fuckwit got it. Who got to be? He got to be Jesus. I went for Jesus.
Yes,
right.
of course.
Which was all like, and it was a great role. Like you got to rally the troops, and you had the disciples, and then Pontius Pilate turned on you and sentenced you to death. So you had to almost go from hero to. Well, you weren't a villain, but you were considered one. And I thought I had the goods. Anyway, I got given a bit of a backup role, Footy, as one of the guards. One of the guards sort of presiding over the crucifixion, right? So, but it was a small role, Benny, but it had a lot of cut through. So my role, and this is
Glad I asked.
Yeah.
I'm really
just
glad I asked.
quickly, okay, so I almost got to bring the whole play to a close. So when Jesus is on the cross and we finally realise we've killed the good man,
Yep.
and they've fucking stabbed him with stuff and they've given him vinegar rather than water. And Jesus says, "Into your hands I place my spirit." And his head drops. My role as a guard with a big sword was to turn to my mate and say, "Surely he was the Son of God."
Oh, bang.
And then look back going with a realization that we've killed the Son of God. Yeah.
What a
Anyway,
line.
I did it well. Then you know what everyone did?
Yeah.
And we all bowed.
Moff actually played Judas in that.
Oh yeah, Judas. There was a Judas. That was it wasn't much of a role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the donkey.
Yes, when the rooster crows 3 times, Judas will sell you out. Anyway, he said Moff's Judas.
What am I missing here, boys?
Moff's gone.
Okay.
But, and just quickly, we may as well do it.
Yeah.
So good on you, Moff. Moff has taken another role in the media, and he good on him. That's okay. We built Moff up. I said it at the time when you are like Alistair Clarkson in the Hawthorn three-peat. People are going to raid your assistants. People are going to raid the people you make stars, like Luke Beveridge and
Adam
Simpson. And there's more.
Leon Cameron.
Cameron. Okay, so they're coming for all of us.
Surely,
Bolton. So Moff
Butts.
is Leon Cameron.
Surely being trade week, you've got some sort of first rounder or something in return for Moff.
Well,
He's
we've
a proper
promoted Benny.
operator.
Yeah.
Promoted Benny. Bit of Willy T. Got some cricketers on the books. We've got you, Footy.
Yep.
Okay, so we've actually got cash to splash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So plumbers, DM us if you want us to look at any talent to get on the summer books. Just quickly, before I digress, I'm all over the shop here because I did have the coffees and the mild anxiety attack. The Greyhound is fucking exciting too. So also in this show, we'll be following the fortunes of this glorious hound called Conqueror, which Dead Set pissed in at Bendigo last Friday. And we've now bought the hound. It's being syndicated. My mum has a share. I have a share. There's some gun AFL players wanting a share. And this thing is trialling tomorrow and is going to race again probably next week, on track to be part of the Melbourne Cup heats in November, where we've got a huge night footy, 200 plus on track, DJs, piss, carry on, our bloody Greyhound running. And it's going to be one of the great nights.
Do you know the best thing about Greyhound? And I'm not a big Greyhound code sort of person, but one of the best things about them is they will just keep running. They'll keep going. Like, you know, when you own a horse, you have a run, you're like, well, that was a bit of a gut buster. We'll pop it out for 6 weeks, and you're just
keep paying the vet bills.
Paying vet bills, adjustment through the roof, all that sort of stuff. The Greyhounds, you know, you have a trial, I will send it around on Friday.
Yeah.
And like, you're getting bang for buck.
Yeah.
The beauty about this
there's
dog.
no ongoing fees.
No ongoing fees. Yeah, that's a huge one.
This sounds like some sort of pyramid
30.
scheme to me.
No, he's a big alpha. He's a 38
What's he called?
kilogram.
He's called Conqueror.
Conqueror.
So yeah, we're excited about that.
There
Big
is
dog,
a
big
Conqueror
plums
story. It's a bit of a long Conqueror story about the name Conqueror and what it means to me, but we might do that on the Patreon, I think, Benny, because it's a good one, but I've waffled a little bit about the Jesus story. That's taken up a bit of time.
Yeah.
So
Glad I asked
and
about
before
that.
we move
Sorry,
on,
Benny.
before we move on as well, I need to say thank you to Moff as well.
Right.
He's been great on behalf of Drapes and Tommy, like developing the show. He's done a good role. He's trained me up to be producer as well. But yeah, we say thank you to Moff.
Yeah, he is our dear friend.
He is.
He became a very fine producer. He was raw as all get out when he started. Baldy threw him in. I said, who the fuck's this kid? He goes, I'll get your producer. I said, you've given me a fucking piss ant. But shit, he grew. You know what I mean? By the end, you know, he was getting on guests and cutting the show and keeping us in line and fixing up our live reads. And, you know, you're like a psychologist, you're a coach, you're got to edit the thing. And we had many a great time.
Man chats.
Yeah, man
coffee
chats,
chats.
having a beer when I'd hang around when he'd edit the show. We got the trade gate one wrong. You know, we were 2 Crown Lagers in and we said, have a listen to this. You know, Draper's really gone off in the holster and said half the Bulldogs are going to get traded. What do we reckon? And we said, let's just have a beer and sit on it for a while. I thought, oh, no, we can't have that. Buttsy has another Crown Lager. Play it again, Moff. I said, oh, that's fucking good. Jesus, do we just test the bloody waters a bit? And holy shit, the whole world imploded. So that wasn't our finest hour, but we learned. We all did. Okay.
Yeah.
And so well done, Moff, by the way, all the best. And Drapesy is just about ready to return. Okay. So he's now officially a Lion. I was speaking to the Lions people today about him coming on, and they've pulled him at the last minute, pulled him off. The Lions pulled him off. But they've promised we can have Drapesy probably next week. And he is that mad keen to come back on the show. I know plumbers are getting a bit frustrated, but it's his deal to set up his life.
Yeah.
Okay. And he had to get it sorted. And I don't think you can just go to the Premiership Club and start firing off in the holster, saying whatever you want on a podcast when they sort of are his main employer, and he just had to get it ticked off by them. But he's coming back.
He will. Drapey had to look after himself for a little bit, which is fine. And then, hopefully
He actually would have probably been on today if the Lions could get him a XXL polo, which I offered to go to Rebel to get, but then sponsors change and stuff. So once we get him a polo, the big drape is on.
Notice you didn't call him a semi-professional for doing 2 things in life.
That's really hurt you, footy, hasn't it? Sorry about that. Well, let's see how your mail is, because we're going to preview the Caulfield Carnival. I was down there yesterday with Johnny Kanga, and I had a go at the sports bet. If you're going, all right, plumbers, if you're heading down there on Saturday, Caulfield Guineas Day, just quietly, 3 Group
Aloisi.
1s, beautiful weather. It's like birdcage vibes, but it's a lot more accessible at Caulfield. But they have this Aloisi challenge. So you sign up, they bang down a soccer ball from the spot, and it's effectively they've just recreated that beautiful bit of the net that Aloisi hit in 06 to put us into the World Cup. And they've got it's a bit like, at the Royal Show or something. You got to put the ball through the hole. I said to big Felix von Hoff, is this a fucking rort? Does that ball fit through? It does. There's a couple of inches grace. And I had a couple of goes. I'll tell you what, I was peppering it.
There you
Like
are.
peppering it in the RMs. Like, the thing is, I mean, you're going to have to be committed to get 5 or 6 goes because I think you have to register and line up. But it's 100K. So anyone, before you get too shit-faced, put on your early quaddie, have a bit of a go early, build a bank, and then you're playing with Sportsbet's money, footy.
Correct.
And then go and bang one through and you're really playing with Sportsbet's money.
Just don't go too tight on the old slacks because you don't want to get the arse out of those before race one either. We've been there. The RMs they'll get you through, but the slacks, you don't want the...
No, you don't want to blow the arse
rip
out.
up the crack.
Yeah. And you probably have a few kicks in the backyard before, I would suggest. Like there was a few toe bashes.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, Felix Vonhoff's a fucking toe basher.
he's not.
He is a toe basher.
that's-
Right, so you saw my kick, Benny. We'll put it up. My first
finessed.
one, to be fair, I went with the instep, but I hit a bit of the toe and it flew off, and everyone's laughing. I said, hang on, mate, I'm in RMs. Then I found the sweet spot, which is kind of where your big toe is, I reckon. Like, started curving. Von Hoff's had a go, and he's kicking it like a mule.
Yeah.
And I, to be honest, if a toe basher wins it, I think he should give half
In
back.
fairness, he's got a basketball background, Felix.
He's actually very uncoordinated when it comes to footy. In a previous role, I did this sort of stuff at Sportsbet. So we've done basketball with Scotty Pippen.
Yeah.
They do. It does go off. Yeah, the putt for
Morpherville.
putt for dough.
Yeah.
So it
great.
is legit.
Yep.
The money's there to be given away.
Yep.
Johnny Kanga had a go.
Really?
He's a left footer. He had the sort of the brogue shoes on.
Yeah.
And he's a toe basher too, Johnny Kanga, but he looked all right.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a bit of trade in a minute, footy, but you've got me all revved up about the races. Let's do a little preview, okay? So for a lot of footballers, and Craig McRae is one of those, okay? Like he said yesterday, this has always been the time where I decompress a bit, catch up with my mates, have a couple of beers, and that Caulfield Carnival really starts it. He's got Feroce running.
Yep.
A little bit of male plumbers. He's bullish. Okay, I got a little bit of one-on-one fly time, and I've got quite a bond with Fly. And he said, look, gamble responsibly, but set for this race, according to Dom Sutton, and it's Turak handicap.
Yes,
footy,
it's
not
a group
every
one,
race.
So all of his rivals will also be set for this race.
Oh, righto, pro.
I'm just saying,
there must be a few on the journey.
You've just got to wade through
footy off.
You've just got to wade through the crap a little bit, Buttsy, with that. But no, he's going very
Owner
well.
crap.
Is going very well for Oche.
And it's a Group 1 performer.
Yes.
It has.
Dom Sutton's a good trainer on the rise, young trainer on the rise as well. So I'd be buying stocks in Dom Sutton in the next few years. I think he's going places.
Corsten's trained,
Big
isn't he?
bank behind him too, I think.
Has he got a
Like
bank?
from the UK. I think he might be from some paper.
Right.
So he's got some good stock in his yard. But
Learned
Feroce
to-
is his banner horse, who's
Yes.
third up into the Tour.
now you're talking.
Currently $12.
Currently $12, third up. Ran home
the
really
male's got
well last start in the Rupert Clark, which was also a Group 1, which clearly wasn't his
Wasn't
his
its grand
target race,
final.
according to you. But he was always going to get better as he got to the mile, third up. So, yeah, he can run a good race.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a good point around the grand final, because I think that's always the hardest thing in racing. Like in sport, it's very easy to know, what teams are being prepped for. But if you're coming in cold and you've been following the footy and you haven't been following the horses, how do you get that info? That info is not readily available.
No,
usually, is it?
And that's where you've got to find your sources to listen to, 2 Units podcast, places like
Yeah.
that
I'm
will
big on
talk
info, not data.
that will talk about. And this is the perfect blend of both butts. But that's where you've got to be following along to work it out, because we've got into this horse racing somehow got into this state now where a Group 1 isn't a grand final, which I just find completely ludicrous. Like you've got a $1 million race, at Flemington, where they're going as slow as anything and walking because the Cox Plate's their grand final in a month or a couple of months' time. Like those sorts of things don't sit well, but you've got to understand the racing calendar and landscape to know when to strike on certain runners.
Okay. Let's get the pro to work then. So we've got the 3 Group 1s.
Yep.
2 of those are quaddie legs. The first one's a muddling sort of affair, isn't it? The Might and Power. So we've got a 4-horse, or is it down to 3?
So
4.
we need to send this packing straight off the top, this race. And this is something that angers me in Australian racing, because what we've got is we have
Editorial.
we have the Might and Power, which is a Group 1 as I speak. I think we've got 70-odd Group 1s in our calendar, which is far too many. There's like 30-odd in the UK. But the Might and Power is worth $1 million, and there's 4 horses in the race. One's just been scratched and gone to Sydney. There's a Group 2 race in Sydney the same day. It's called the Hill Stakes. It's over 1,900 metres and it's worth $2 million.
2 bricks.
And it's a full field with emergencies. So racing sort of eats itself a little bit because you've got Peter V'landys in Sydney swinging his donk saying, we want all our horses to stay here. And then we come up with a 4-horse war at Caulfield in a Group 1. And it's just this classic Vic versus Sydney, which actually eats racing. And Caulfield Guineas, in my view, is the biggest day of racing at Caulfield. I know Cup Day is the following week. This is the best race day at Caulfield for the calendar year. And you end up with 4 horses in one of the features, which is really disappointing.
He's a great dick swinger, V'landys. You know what? Mark Zara spoke yesterday and I kind of shat myself a bit. We were asking Mark about his, the rides he's excited about in the next few weeks, and it was getting very racing. And it came to me late. I was going to just ask about the Sydney-Melbourne war. I said, well, are we landing any blows back? And I thought, I'll tell you what, I looked up, I go, he's probably got rides up in Sydney, probably wants to go to the Everest. I didn't want him making a headline and then going, well, I've filled you there. So I looked after Mark there, but because he's really good talent, he's really honest.
Yep.
Putting that simply, we want to get the Sydney horses coming down.
Let's talk about the fun
stuff. Let's find some winners.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way,
I'm going to loosen up.
Thank God. Seriously. I was about to get you off.
Okay, fair enough.
No, it was very articulate. I like it.
I also went for the role of Jesus in your nativity and missed out, and now I'm as flat as anything.
No. Okay, it's going to be a ripper. Okay, I went out there yesterday. It's Carlton Draft Marquee, sports bet set up. Even the GA's got, you know how it wasn't a blunder, but they moved the mounting yard a couple of years ago, and Johnny came out to fix that.
He saved the day.
But now they've got like the whole setup there.
Yep.
So it looks fantastic. Get out there. You can get the train to Caulfield, right? You can have a few beers. As I said, you can pop into the glass house afterwards and watch Ascot and then end up at the Mount Erica or something 10 minutes later. It's bloody good.
Excellent.
Okay, we've got 3 Group 1s. A lot of our plumbers like a punt, but they don't know where to start. Let's get some winners, firstly, in this little field.
field.
We've got a red-hot favourite that's had a bloody colic attack, ran like shit at the Valley, and I'm not taking $1.70 for it.
Yeah, you speak of Treasure of the Moment. She's the favourite, and she returned like a superstar first up, won, and everyone goes, well, she's the new star in town. But she's had a little setback with that colic, which can actually be life-threatening into occur. So she's bounced out of that. She ran second to Pride of Jenny at the Valley, who's no slouch. She gets them running along, but she rated like well down on where she was first up. So I think that's poisonous odds, $1.75, even though she could come out and blow them away. The other horse in the market is Buckaroo, who's $2.60, who went to the line with Sir Delius last start, who I think is the best horse in Australia at the moment. He'll win your Melbourne Cup.
Waterhouse.
He could win your Cox Plate.
Take the early, shall we?
The early. Well, I think we've lost the earlies.
Right, okay.
But there's a runner here I want to make a case for at double figures and is getting some support, and it's called Globe.
Yep.
Now, what Globe will do, Globe's like the Temu Pride of Jenny. So Globe is coming out of 2 really fast races and it's just going to set a blistering tempo
like
up top.
Rogue. Yeah.
So, yeah, like Faux Rogue, very good. Showing your age here, Buttsy. So what you'll get is you'll get this map where you'll get Globe leading with big space back to Treasure of the Moment with a big space back to Buckaroo. Now, Globe's nowhere near as good as those 2 horses from a class perspective, but could just run them off their feet. And if you don't want to dive in, which I suspect a lot of our listeners won't want to go
We're
to
not diving
Caulfield
at the 170.
and go $1.75 and load me up, just have something on Globe at sort of $10.
Yeah.
Like it, and that's not a quaddie leg, so you don't have to get too crazy. That's race 6, is it?
It is
not?
race 6, you're right.
Okay, there we go.
Do you worry about the Treasure of the Moment having 3 kilos in the weights on the others?
I mean, well, this is a
Thank you, David Gately.
It's
Sharp analysis. I've been
not
sitting on that one.
It's a weight for age race, so that's where she's at as a mare in this race, 56 kilos.
Yeah. So we're not worried.
No, we're not worried. No concern.
Feeling informed. Good. Right. Let's talk Caulfield Guineas.
Yeah.
Right. We spoke about. No, we haven't really spoken about it. Open affair. Is this one of these things like Collingwood's a good travelling team and all the other sort of bullshit that we hear in footy that just sort of hangs around for 20 years and then you look at the stats and it's not right? But my gut feel on the Caulfield Guineas is there's often a bit of a blowout. It's 3-year-old colts. What are they? They're still colt.
Yeah, three old horses, yeah.
And it's a real stallion-making race.
Yes.
And I'm seeing a lot of gun yards with gun jockeys aboard and horses at 17-1. Jamie Carr's and Blake Shins and Zara's, and they're not on hot pops. So I'm thinking we need a bit of a blanket here.
DJ Levi is going to be playing on Saturday too. So even if the Guineas,
Have you heard of DJ Levi? By the way,
cross
Butts?
DJ Levi
I'm not a cross
No, I don't know
Levi.
Levi.
gets his rig out.
Oh, I like
this in Sydney Harbour with like
Shit.
a bunch of belters on boats cruising around in the harbour.
That sounds outstanding. Do you know I once got my rig out footy in a? I think I might have told this one once. There was it was a Bon Jovi miming contest at a nightclub called Room, which was in Glenferrie Road, Hawthorne back in the day, right? And so it was you had to sort of mime and dance a bit to Living on a Prayer, and the chicks raw meter was the prize, and it was a good prize. It was like a $250 drink voucher. So back then, everyone's young. Anyway, the couple of things weren't in my favour. A bit like being weighted poorly in a Group 1. I was last, right? I was last. So the crowd was getting a bit antsy because there'd been some good rigs up and about, and they're going, oh, for fuck's sake, and now we've got another bloke. But I also had osteitis pubis, so I had a bit of mud around the guts. Anyway, so I wasn't going to take my shirt off. But I thought, oh, fuck, the crowd's getting a bit antsy, so I'm going to rip the gear off. And a bit like the Magnum stuff, and my pecs were all right, but the guts weren't great because you can't do any ab work when you got OP. Yeah. And apparently I just looked fat, and I was like really going for the chorus. Oh, we're halfway there. And I got a bourbon glass thrown at me. And they had to get me off for safety reasons. I didn't get to finish my set. I digress. Where were we?
Well, that's how long ago that was because osteitis pubis was still a thing. So
Mate, it's still a thing now.
Is it disappeared? I swear no one's had
They
that
just
for
handle
20
it better.
years.
Gluten strength.
Crude me.
Okay.
Gluten core, and they get you on the old prednisolone to fix it. Anyway.
Okay.
Let's find a winner in the Caulfield Guineas,
The
please.
feature, I don't have a stack of confidence in this race. Butts
Field League?
and Patto. I'd be taking a few, but all these big Sydney horses coming through that you speak of, like the trainer jockey combo. So you got Waller McDonald on the favourite Wadton, who comes through the Group 1 Golden Rose in Sydney. That was run on grand final day.
Bit of a nonny, isn't it, Woden?
I think he's a complete myth.
Oh shit! That's
But he's
strong.
got the Coolmore. He's got the Coolmore Colts on, the Coolmore Silks on, right? The colours, Tom Magnier, and he's worth a lot of money, and he's extremely well bred. So they're desperate to get a Group 1 to his name as a stallion making
J
horse.
Mac on board. They got the best train.
He's only won one race, which was on debut as a 2-year-old. So he's had 8 starts and he's only won one race.
Bridesmaid.
And last start he was beaten 4.5 lengths. So that sort of speaks to the field when your favourite was
sleep with
beaten
the lights on?
4.5 lengths. I think he's a wet tracker. I think he needs rain. He ran pretty well, but yeah, there's probably a nightlight somewhere in the Waller stable for him.
Okay.
I'm not convinced on him
Righto.
at all.
Give us one then. I know you said low confidence, so it's okay.
Low
We're not betting the
confidence.
farm. Give us one. Give us an each way.
There's one called Vinrock, who's
Yes.
a Victorian.
Matt
Matty
Laurie.
Laurie trains.
Zara.
Yes, Zara's on board. He's $8 and he's drawn a gate in Carnegie. So he's like barrier 14. He's right out.
He'll be at the Aloisi.
He'll be at the Aloisi wheel. He'll be running through Felix von Hoff's toe poke in the early stages. But nothing worked out for him at the Valley last start. He dipped at the start when the gates opened. He went back and it was a forget run.
Okay.
And he was also lame in the vets, which we've all been guilty of that before.
We have.
Key with him is he needs to get to the front and get rolling. Like he's a big horse, he's a free front running horse. So if he gets the front, gets rolling, he's a much better price at an $8 chance in this field. So the key to him is jump clean, get to the front, and I think he'll be very hard to catch.
Like it. Okay, there we go. We've got a nice little multi building up here. And Tirac handicap.
Yep.
Third of the Group 1s I mentioned for Ocho and a bit of Craig McRae mail, and it wasn't general flog mail like to all the journos. We were having a bit of a yak afterwards. He said, yeah, mate, Dom Sutton's a bit bullish. So there's my little take, but I'm not the pro. I'm the mug. You're the pro.
We've
Semi-pro.
upgraded now, have we? We've upgraded now, have we? Okay. This is the race of the day for me, the Group 1 Toorak handicap, 1,600 metres. So for me, I think Sepples deserves favouritism. So you got Sepples at $3.70, deserves favouritism. But there's a couple I want to play at. One at odds in particular, and then one who's second or third line of betting. There's a horse called Evaporate here for the Hayes
Hayes
team. One last start at Sandown. And
Grand final day.
it was
I watched it in the
Sandown
bar.
Stakes. It was, and he was 42 days between runs when he did that. So like he's had a little jump out to tick over, but he's won from the front. That's hard to do.
Yep.
So 42 days he's had the run.
Yep.
Now he's
Tightened
had
up.
2 weeks, tightened up. You come on heaps from that as an athlete. And he's exactly that. So he's going to be camped in behind the speed. I think he's going to be one of the hardest to beat.
Shin on board.
Blake Shin on board
Shit,
for the
okay.
Hayes team. And then one at $15 that I think we can play as a Kiwi raider. Well, who resides here now. She's called Damask Rose.
Yep.
And she gets back in her runs. She needs luck. She needs to find a good path. But she's been screaming out for the mile.
That's a mail for Damasco's last start.
Yes, and she
Was
didn't run.
wide.
She didn't run great. She had a few things go against her last start. She actually beat Evaporate in a race in New Zealand called the Kiwi last year, or earlier this year. So I think she can run a race at $15. They're the two I'd play.
I like this. You're in good form.
Yeah.
Just want to wrap up your tips,
Yes, please
Footy,
do.
because I know sometimes you can miss that.
Okay.
Name and number.
All right,
Race
so ones
6.
we've spoken about. Race 6 in the Might and Power, we're going with number 4, Globe. We can back that at a price. In the Toorak, race 7, numbers 3 and 10, Evaporate and Damask Rose. In the Group 1 Caulfield Guineas, we're going with number 3, Vinrock. Yes. And in race 9, we're going number 9, Neonce. She's the best bet at Caulfield on the day for mine. And then just one in Sydney as well. The best bet up in Sydney is in race 7, number 6, Gangster Granny.
Well, that's a good name.
It's a great name.
Very nice.
Bang.
Gamble responsibly. We'll post those.
Yeah, we will.
Sports bet. A few little bonus bets for us after having the sports bets
I hope so.
finest. Little deposit match.
Hope so.
For the plumbers. That'll do. Yes, spring is in the air and cricket is upon us, which is very exciting. And our cricket guru on the summer edition of 200 Plus is Willy T. Hello, Big Willy.
Hello, Buttsy. Good to see you, boys. Good to be back in the studio. Feeling good. Feeling aroused for cricket season.
Good on you. Did you get the old kookaburra out and have a bowl and have
Yeah.
a swing across the line on the weekend?
Oh, I haven't just yet. I'm
Really? A bit of a late starter, are you?
I'm a late bloomer this season, but yeah, I'll go around again and swing the willow for a few clubs this year.
A few clubs.
Yeah, do a
Prime
bit of
train
the
style.
prime train style. So
Now we're talking. Give us a bit of an advertisement for your deal. What do you offer?
wow, a bit of left arm wobblers, and we can bowl some part-time offies or keep behind the stumps and middle order hack. So any clubs out there that want
Lusty?
it? Yeah.
You're not going to sort of noodle it around.
No, you've got to
You
put
don't
the
want your kids to watch that.
No, you got to put
Noodling.
the kitchen sink into it. If we're playing one day cricket, you've got no time to noodle. So
What's your shot? Do you stick the leg down the wicket and heave to cow?
I've got a big mid-wicket flick. So
Right.
I love to flick it off a leg stump.
It's not a real masculine
It's not
signature shot.
No, it's
Mid-wicket
not.
flick.
It's very flamboyant.
That's okay.
But yeah, when the 14-year-old leggy comes in, the knee goes down and we put one over.
See,
Kev
I
on his
fucking
head.
hate facing the 14-year-old leggy.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bit of a pessimist once I'm out there. I'm
Yeah.
positive beforehand, and then I think of all the scenarios, and getting out to the 14-year-old leggy is going to shit me. It's going to ruin my night. Like I'll
Yeah.
be watching the Ascot quaddie at 8 o'clock going, how the fuck did I get out to that spud
Yeah.
who's barely got a pube on his balls?
What about the 4-year-old leggy?
No, he's a 4-year-old chucker. He chucks.
So we've heard little Teddy Butler steaming
I
in.
lost my off peg to a 4-year-old. I was batting with an eye in, to be fair,
Yeah.
like a half bat. And teaching a 4-year-old to bowl is quite hard, but he's quite athletic for a kid. And I'm like, as long as he can throw a bit, but he knows he's got to try to keep his arms straight, right? And he was, to be honest, serving up some dead set poop and I was slapping it everywhere, right? And I said, come up a bit closer. And he loves his Sonic the Hedgehog. And he goes, I'm going to bowl this with supersonic speed, and really charged in. And his mum's quite athletic, so there's a bit of that mum's glute strength in there. Knocked me over.
Beautiful.
Got knocked over by a 4-year-old. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I ended the game. I said, that's it. It's dinner time and you're going straight to bed. Little shit. Yes, Willie. Okay, so what's the first, quickly, before? I mean, we've got some bigger fish to talk about. Like Cummins is back, is rooted. And what else we've got to I want to talk about Constas. If the selectors shit themselves with Constas, right, and pick some grafter, some noodler, rather than the most exciting thing to happen in cricket in the last 20 years, I'm going to go bunter.
Well, it's
And you've seen when I go a hot take and it gets a lot of traction Yeah, I'm going to barrack for England if we don't pick Constas.
There's not many buttons left on the shirt here, Benny. I'm not sure. Not sure if the camera can pick it up, but
join in footy, by the way. You played the first grade cricket down in Tassie.
I didn't know if I was in this scene or not.
You're already introduced.
I was letting the legends
He's
go
still
to
looking
work.
at the form for the 4-horse bloody field in the Might and Power.
I think we've had a scratching. We're down.
Jesus.
Like this panel at the moment as well.
well,
Okay.
I'm here thinking, who else can they fucking pick?
It's Constas.
Like, at the end of the day, yeah, you could maybe force Mitch Marsh to go into the team, but then what
I
do we?
don't mind Mitch Marsh.
Like, I would love to see Mitch Marsh and Cam Green both play on the same side, but
What
one of
about
them.
Slug? I'm a Slug man.
Yeah.
Big Slug. He's not going anywhere.
All three of them, to be honest.
It's Slug's spot.
He's
actually
our,
Tassie boy.
He's our best player.
Yes.
Actually,
He's our only hope with the
See, this
bat
is good.
at the
Strong
minute.
takes. There's no
He's the
wussy
big
takes
slug.
in the summer series. How great is that story about why he's called Slug, by the way?
Yeah.
Like when he rolled down to senior training. What was his club down there in Tassie? Do you know, footy?
He's from Snug.
Snug.
So that's sorry, I've just burnt the
No,
story.
well, you haven't. No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Because the story was, okay, he'd been at school and he was more a footballer, but he was showing a bit in the cricket.
Yes.
And he went
Kingborough
down,
was his club, by the way.
Thank you. Went down to senior training and had one of those days where I don't know if they'd had swimming that day or he'd had a bit of an accident in period 4, but he didn't have any jocks. So he's had to roll in and trundle in the medium paces in the cricket shorts without any jocks. And his sausage was flinging around.
Nothing holding
And
it together.
Some old bloke's gone, have a look at the young fella's slug. And from then on, he's been called Slug Webster.
I feel
Now,
like that
isn't that just
story.
a fabulous story?
I feel like that story has just been designed solely for you.
Mate, I am. Yeah, well, yes, I'm going to ring him. He's told it
It's tailored
too.
to you.
he said it on our cricket pod last season. He
you
was
go,
we were dying to ask him the question, and he did sort of roll the eyes and go, "Yeah, it is a penis nickname. It is from the penis, but yeah, fuck him."
It's from the penis.
Yeah,
But he rolls out on
horse's
on
mouth.
commercial television. It's because he's from Snug.
yeah.
just to be clear.
Oh,
Yeah.
the old hot dogs up late version suits us. We might have to get him on.
Yeah.
And
He'd be so keen. He'd be so. I'm sure Sammy Harper can pull some.
and Slug Meredith
strings.
as well. Riley Meredith is a big plumber, fastest bowler in the world at the moment.
Yeah,
Big
quick.
Riley, 150 clicker.
Fucking quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
He loves it. They all play footy too, those boys down there. Who's the big T20 basher from Tassie? Gun. How have I forgotten his name?
Mitch
Mitch
Owen.
Owens.
Mitch Owen.
He's a UTAS boy.
He's a Newtown Buck boy. Thank
He's
you.
a rainbow.
He's a buck.
Well, he was going to be at the Rainbows of Function that Drapes and I dominated down there after I got a best and fairest vote.
You go anywhere for
Twos
the
against
cash,
the Chiefs.
but he's a buck.
We do. Okay, I digress. Let's get back to some issues here, Willie, because we're paying you the big bucks here. Okay, so Cummins is back. What are we hearing?
Cooked.
Cooked shit.
From what I've heard, he's very unlikely to play the Ashes, and a lot of people are panicking. But Scott Boland just
Slug Boland comes in.
walks on into the side. He's been noodling away with the
You don't
with the red
noodle
pill.
with the ball.
He's been
They're there or thereabouts with the ball. There or thereabouts.
he's
mate.
been hitting the track at Adelaide Oval. He was very economical in the Sheffield Shield win they had there. So
Did he blast any pads off? I didn't have a good look.
I think he schnicked a few blokes off. Just
beautiful.
good line and length. What you pay good general admission for down at Adelaide Oval. But I think he'll just slot straight in. You'd be silly if you did.
Have you
Cummins hot take.
good. This is good.
Cummins hot
we go.
take. Bigger miss with the lower order bat.
Yeah.
Missing Cummins.
100%.
Than the ball. Because Boland just comes in, father of England.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And
I don't think
now
it's
we
a
don't
huge
have that
blow,
because
as good as he
I'm
is.
concerned about our batting this Ashes. I'm
Stark's
concerned.
a good lower order.
We need the tail to wag,
Swinger.
Buttsy.
Yeah, we do. Slug wags. Slug got us out of the shit was it in the Windies? Slug just kept saving us.
Yeah.
Cam Green was just getting his pad blown off.
Slug?
And we were like bloody 4 for 50 every time, and Slug would come in.
Slug in the World Test Championship kept us afloat in the first
Thank
innings
you,
as well.
Willie.
He was doing everything with the bat. So
Okay.
I think if we can keep the all-rounders happy and keep them in form,
Right.
I think we're 5-0 still.
Okay. So we're not too worried about Cummins. That's good. I didn't get your take on Constas, so I just want to say,
Keep him in.
being a young father, right? And when you're a young father, you start to like take note of like the noises and the sounds you hear in your neighbours' homes and your streets. Like you say, oh geez, a lot of basketball hoops going up. Hoops must be going all right.
Yeah.
And then always the footy. You know, soccer's bigger than I think. Actually, a lot of kids around me like soccer's big, but it doesn't seem to get the media cut through, which is weird. But maybe there's a lag effect. But that Constas Boxing Day last year, I walked past about 3 houses where I'd never heard a peep, no cricket, no sort of, running the stumps off the road because of fucking trams coming down Wattle Tree Road. And then the day after that, when he was ramping, I was just hearing, how's that? How's that? Get out, fuck off. That was what this kid has power, right? And can you imagine bloody Archer coming in, bowling at 145, and this kid popping outside the line and
just fucking ramping him for six?
I would. I don't know what I'd do, but I'd be putting my best jocks on, my best G-banger. So I just hope they pick him.
Yeah, I agree.
Who are the selectors these days?
George Bailey's still one of them?
I knocked over George.
Yeah, so
George is off peg. He's still picking that up out of the Launceston Creek. Okay, so maybe I'll call George.
Look, in hindsight, well, not even in hindsight, in fucking reality, who else are you going to pick? Like, are we just going to fucking throw another informed Sheffield Shield player?
The lad, the lad who the captain, McSweeney, did pretty well, I reckon.
He did.
If we want to go the more boring route of just a good all-round cricketer and he's captain, I think he deserves to play again, but not ahead of Constas. Thank you.
Run the gauntlet.
When Khawaja buggers off, I'll have a good look at the McSween.
Because I think Khawaja does a good job of being the one that holds the ship and gets the shine off the ball, and then just let Constas have a bit of a slap.
Yeah.
Get him in there and just let him fucking wallop Jofra Archer over wherever.
Yes, wallop. That's a good word.
Reverse ramping Archer will get the shine off the ball. Don't you worry about that.
I know you're very close to Harp, so a couple of other things before. I just want to go around and get everyone's cricket claim to fame. Because you playing first grade in Tassie has me a little bit...
3 first grade caps for the Newtown Bucks.
Go. Just hold on to that for a moment there, Footy. Right. Chris Green standing his ground, glaring at the umpire and having a decision reversed. You know what that is? That is a local cricketer's dream.
Yeah.
That anyone who's if you're playing that shit where you don't have an umpire, it's just fucked.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting given out LB anyway, and you're just standing in front of the pegs. And if you've made 100 in that, it's not a real 100 because 2 of your dismissal. If you nick one, you're not getting given either.
It kills our officialhood, our brethren from the old "we never change our mind."
Yeah.
Yes,
it kills us.
Footy.
That leaks through every
happened?
sport.
And have we got an ugly precedent here?
I've
only watched it once or twice. I haven't fully gone to town on like the slow-mo, but it sort of looked like, nah, mate, not right.
Did it hit his lid?
It looked like it hit his lid. I mean, he's fucking waving.
Are they mic'd up?
I'm not sure.
At that level, surely not.
I'm not sure.
Maybe we need that, but I don't know. It was a big, and I was just thinking every clown playing district third grade or subby fours, we get an umpire.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of ground standing now. I do it a bit anyway. I always have a good look.
Bit of ground standing when Teddy got through her.
No, walk off.
The bat under the arm.
Yeah.
Instead it was a no ball because he threw it. Yeah. Well, what do you're a cricket authority, Willy. Quick, what do
I
you
think
make
it's,
of it?
that's a tough one because if you know you're not out, it's always hard to sort of accept the fact that you've copped a stinker. Like, I'm with you. I couldn't tell from the footage if it's actually come off the lid or hit his glove or whatever. But, yeah, I think there's a time and a place. And
In saying that, we're not walkers.
yeah.
I've never
I'm not
been out.
teaching my son to walk.
No.
I've never been out.
No. I've actually asked for like in one of those shit games where you don't have an umpire, I've asked for the bloke to be removed. I've come off and said, I'll cop that, mate, but I'm not having anyone else go through that shit. Remove him. Yeah. He's a fucking dud. Yeah. And then you have to go and like hook your own umpire.
Do you know, one of the worst is when you're playing 3s or 4s and your opening batsman gives you run out from square leg. That is the ultimate. That's the pits. Right there.
See, that shouldn't happen either. That's in the old unwrittens.
Yeah. I'm usually the one that stands at square leg like first up because I'm batting around 7 or 8, and usually when I'm flicking through like the last couple of races at Flemington and Caulfield, get last peep of a how's that, and that's when I fucking panic the most, and you sort of just give in to the 11 blokes that are out there.
You trigger them.
Yeah,
you trigger them.
You sort of have to make up a split decision and just sort of sorry mate.
Yes.
But
what's your go with your square leg? Are you a bat holder, or do you always in the shorts and the slides?
I had a cricket coach
Are you
who
two, mate? Two?
Yeah.
I'm a recidivist for missing the two. Like just, as you say, thinking about a pun or what I'm going to have for dinner or whether I'm half a chance that night, like, just even a 1 in 10.
Yeah.
And then the poor old umpire's going, 2, mate, 2.
Yeah.
Holding up the 2.
Fucking 2. I had a cricket coach that used to, because we played on hard wicket, he'd have the broom and he'd be playing the fucking golf shots and the fucking cover drives with a fucking broom, with a 2 meter broom.
Get him off.
Like, what are we doing? Yeah. And he's but yeah, I'm practicing usually the golf swing or just really off with the fairies most of the time.
It's far better than scoring.
Yeah.
The only better job is pool scoop, really, when there's a river nearby and you go and sit there with your shirt off and retrieve balls. Like, that is a great job.
It sounds like a job made for you, Buttsy. Huh? Sounds like a job made for you.
Well, I used to actually have a mate that would come and be pool scoop. Gerard Bennett, 42 games for the Sydney Swans. And he used to come. Taswegian, big Benno. Anyway, Benno was my biggest when I was living in Adelaide, and I didn't have too many friends, because I went over there for work. And
you don't need to justify it, mate. We understand why.
Cricket. Anyway, I think I have told this story, so sorry for rehashing, but he's got quite good pecs, loves his gym, right? They're quite big. And we were playing out some god-awful joint, like an hour north of Adelaide one day, and he was a real reef oil operator. And you can imagine Adelaide in January, it's about 38 degrees. Anyway, and Benno would come watch me every week, right? He would punt and sit on a towel and watch me play cricket. And word got around that there was a hot bird over at Deep Square Leg watching somebody like, hey, boys, there's a bird over there. Like, she's got her top off. I had to call everyone in and say, look, that's my mate with big pecs and reef oil. It was Benno. Anyway, because you miss out on a lot of that sort of social activity playing cricket, but we love it, Willy, don't we?
Absolutely.
Okay, finally, a quick cricket claim to fame, please. Your best performance.
Or Callum Stowe, the new Victorian leg spinner, beat him in a grand final, in a cricket grand final. Okay. And Oliver Peake played a game of cricket against him when he was 12 years old, and I was 17. Right. Still didn't get over the top
Clinton
of him.
Peake's son.
Clinton Peake's son, and then watch out for Charlie Peake, who's coming up through the ranks as well.
Righto.
Good cricketing family.
Have you spoken to Harps quickly about their win? That was a good win.
I haven't
orchestrated by Peake.
I haven't been able to get in touch with him, but fuck, it was good by Peakey.
How much piss do they drink post-win?
Post-win, I think it's a couple cans, but they've got a one-day.
Couple of cans?
They've got a one-dayer today, though, so it's a 2-day turnaround.
Right.
Straight into the one-days. Against the Sackers as well.
Okay. I've got a lot to ask Harps about. I mean, I got Beery gave me a little bit about the Australian change rooms and the nudity and what goes on. This is all a bit naughty, but we're going to have yourself on talking a lot of cricket and Harps as well over the summer series. I really want to know about the shower etiquette, what goes on and how many – because this lack of showering in footy is really shitting me. And I've had a bit of a rant about it. But cricket, I think they get in there. Yeah. They talk some shit. Yeah. And you pump yourselves up and you have 6 cans.
Fucking oath. Yeah. And especially, you want to see who's packing and if the fast bowlers are really compensated for something or...
Yes, you do want to see who's packing. That's very good. Okay, your claim to fame, footy, please.
It's more a claim to shame, Buttsy,
right,
but it's it works. First grade debut, right? Newtown Bucks versus
How old were you?
Glenorchy. I think I was 19 or 20.
You can play footy,
and
can't be a Malvern Roosters.
Oh well, the problem is there's not a lot of room for batsmen that generally thrive at 9 and don't bowl that well. So bowled leggies. 2020 game, getting absolutely pasted.
Pogoed.
And in the 16th over, the captain thought, you know what, we need to introduce some leggies that don't turn onto this wicket.
So straight breakers.
So get the call. At the crease, you've got Luke Butterworth. I don't know if you remember him for the Tigers. Dane Anderson at the other end, both left-handers. And leggies to left-handers. Oh, you know what? We'll put him on with a short side. The short boundary over Cow.
That'll suck him in.
Fucking hating me.
Get the pool scoop. Derwent.
Dad's down there watching my first grade debut.
Good debut.
Brilliant. Sees me warming up and on the hill you see him go and hop in his Ford Ute and just drive away just as I'm warming up. And I'm going, what's going on here? Anyway, come on, 1 over. I get pasted for 4 sixes over cow. Like, it was just an absolute. First 2 balls were dots, and I'm like, I'm on fire. And then went bang, bang, bang. Butterworth hit me for 4 sixes. Then went footy, have a spell, no worries. Walked off the ground. Dad's left, flat as a biscuit. Turns out Dad saw me warming up and just wanted to move his car behind the grandstand. Good on him. Classic parenting. He read the tea leaves, but I didn't get too much of a bowl after that.
Your best performance, please. Because state league cricket or sort of first grade cricket, I have full respect for anyone that's played that.
Well,
level.
I got pulled out
Get
of
a 50 or anything?
I retired from first grade because I started trolling for the AFL, and then thirds pulled me out of for just one game when they were short, and I made 220 in the threes.
It's not bad,
which was solid, but it was on Syntho. I felt like it was cheating.
Oh,
yeah, how's that?
I've said that to our dear rat.
But it was
so
still
I don't think Syntho tons count.
It was still a high enough standard to have 2 umpires though.
Yeah.
There wasn't. Your teammate wasn't square leg.
I'm back.
How do we sit with that?
No, if you've got 2 umpires, it's a bit of a lack of turf wicket issue down there, is there?
No, 1s and 2s play on turf, but 3s is that's like proper.
You can make 220. Fuck. I'll give it to you.
That's a very good one. Very quickly, mine. We
didn't ask.
Cal Ferguson is still looking for his off peg in the second net. We can get that vision out, Benny. And there is no vision of this. It's just a real shame. But,
George Bailey?
25 years ago, school tour, Ivanhoe Grammar versus Launceston Grammar. Apparently they're looking for the scorecard, and George had made 3 tons on the bounce. It was a beautiful overcast Tassie day, and Big Wappo, when he was going, had the in-swinger, and George made the fatal mistake of shouldering arms, and good night off peg for a globe for George. So that's 2 top 6 Test cricketers. Throw in Travis Burt there, blew his front pad off once. He played T20s.
He could probably hit them.
The old Wap, had just a knack for removing good players. Thank you very much.
Some good big left-handers down Tassie, like Burt's, the likes.
Travie Burt. Big McDermott.
Matty Wade.
He can hit it.
Wadey.
Big Wadey.
Yep.
Anyway, good on you, Willie.
Well done, boys.
Travel well, play well. When's your first prime train hit out? Maybe get me involved. We could do a package deal.
Well, towards the back end of the year when I have to sort of lock in a club, I was hoping to come down to the
Roosters.
Yeah.
Yes, you can have that. Yeah, Doc Priddle down there.
Bloody oath.
President Beery.
I'll be.
Will you also be doing a nutrition chat post game, or will it just mainly be?
I'll just be getting into my job.
Dibbly dobblers.
See you later.
You need a multifaceted business like Prime there, mate.
We could do a bit of a function.
Yeah, we could do a
sportsman's
Riley
Meredith.
Good self-assertion.
Give a bit back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give back to the local grassroots.
On you, Willie, legend. Don't be a stranger. Thank you.
No way.
So we're all over the place here, but Xander's available. So we're going to get our little trade update now. I'm just going to give my dear friend a call, and let's go for it.
Here he is.
Dear young friend, how are we?
Mate, I'm good. How are you, Buttsy?
Going all right. The trade week gets me a bit, to be fair. We're on vapors, but we're news breaking. I'm sitting on some big mail, but I'm sure you are too. And I've got Nicky Foot, grand final umpiring emergency, and Big Patto, the Richmond first round draft pick that just dominated on the summer edition, son. So what have you got for us? Give us a little trade update. And we're not talking these shit future 4th round for some spud that we've never even seen sort of deals. I want an update on Curnow, Merritt, and Petrarca, who we just think is going to the Gold Coast, and potentially Clary Oliver. And fire away, please.
Okay, let me go in order. Curnow, I think, will be a deal done with Sydney, and I feel like it's, I don't know, 50-50 as to whether it gets done, but I think with your man, the bear in the square at times, Rowan Marshall. I reckon that's what you used to call him down at Moorabbin when we were watching him train butts.
Yeah.
I think he's going down to the Cats, and I don't think they have enough to get Curnow as well. Merritt is one that Essendon will save right until probably 7:29 on Wednesday. That he's not on the table, but I wouldn't be surprised if that does end up getting done. There seems to be a degree of confidence from the Merritt camp, at least from what I can gauge in the last few days, that there are still a few things that need to be ticked off, but that something might happen there.
If you had to have $1,000 on it, your last 1,000. Do you gamble responsibly? Does he stay or go? I think he goes.
If I over-unders, like I can only pick one of the two.
Yeah. We're not holding you to it. Like, we're just saying I want your tip, and if it was your family's bloody feed for the week and you had to bet on it, where are you putting your money?
I'm putting dinner on the fact that he gets the Hawks. Yeah. If I had to pick one of them, I'm going the Hawks. Who else did you want? What was it? Oh, Clary will pick GWS by the end of the day.
Yeah, lifestyle reasons mainly.
Lifestyle reasons. I suspect they've been into him from a while. I think there was a fair bit of noise around Clary all year, and although he was happy at Melbourne and he did want to stay himself, I think that there might have been some contingencies in plan, and there's no mistake that within an hour of being told that he was free to explore his options, he was on a plane and was touring GWS's facilities. Well, he was on a boat straight away with them. So, no, I think that one might have been in plan for a little bit longer than what they might tell us, and that'll get done almost immediately. Like, Fly couldn't get onto him. Lepo could only get him on a Zoom. I think it's done, and they've met with the Pies only out of respect for them. So, Clary a Giant, and then who else?
Anything in the De Goey to St Kilda?
No.
Nah, 100% no.
If there is, it's not to my knowledge.
Gubby Allen's cagey at the moment. Gubby Allen said the other day, hey, there's still a few more twists and turns. We're going to go after another couple of fish. Did you pick up on that as well? Like he's on a mission, Gubby Allen.
I wonder if he was having a bit of fun with everyone, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was maybe one that came through. I've got my eye on that Lecalier deal, Butts. I don't know. That one's not really moving as fast as what I thought it would have, considering how everything else is going. So I'll watch on that. The De Goey thing is interesting. I think there's what Ralphie, I guess, inferred in that report, but maybe didn't say explicitly, was that there has been a little bit of noise just around him. And I think a large part of that is because of the year he's had with his body and the fact that he's 29 and there's still some good years of footy ahead of him. But, if it wouldn't be it would be shocking, but if Collingwood were to try and get some trade capital, there are a few other players that have real trade capital at the Pies, but that you could see them getting rid of. Like, I'm not saying that you can see him getting rid of De Goey, but you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He's 29, he's had body issues. I think it just leads people to speculate around him. So that's where a lot of that noise has come from. As for the St Kilda connection, look, I checked it out myself a few days ago. I got told no. Clearly Ralphie did too, so that's where it sits at the moment. But, it's day four. But
oh, Jesus.
There's still a lot more action, a lot more stuff to play out, and most of it happens in the last few days. We know this.
Mate, as a media reporter, you were so cooked after that last day. I got given shit for this. Once I was so knackered and thought I was so good in my live crossing, I celebrated the end of Trade Week by going to Francois. Maybe we could do that this year, you and I.
Maybe we could.
If we really nail our live crosses and get a bit of Paul Connor's mail, we'll just go and have an eye fillet afterwards.
Well, he's a friend of the pod. And it wouldn't be the first time that we had a little rendezvous, would it, Butts?
It would not. Is Mason Cox going to get another year? Surely he does.
I think his camp, and I checked on him this morning, actually. There's nothing yet. And I don't think there's anything yet from rival clubs, but he's one that really won't, Collingwood first and foremost, but also rival clubs will need to really have a stock take towards the end of the trade period and figure out if they've got any space for him. Like, he'll be one that'll be almost a Band-Aid fix, if you will, I think. Like, clubs, if a rival club were to go, geez, we need a second ruck, new ruck rules. He's a great ball-up ruckman as well. That's brought up his value a lot with the predictability of where the ball's going to go. I think a lot of clubs could do a lot worse than getting him on board, and a model citizen as well, which helps. I think there's a good chance that the Pies give him a year. Where sort of, the Pies are going after that Jack Buller from Sydney. He comes in as a key forward option. He goes well, and they'll give him a couple of years. So, Mychek's gone. That's sort of a like for like. If they don't get another tall in this trade period, why would you not give him? What do you reckon? I think he's probably a 60% chance to get another year at Collingwood. That's where I sit on it. Yeah,
I'm with you. I think he probably gets another year. Mate, I know it's your day off. Won't take up any more of your time. You've been on Snake Eyes once. That'll do. Thank you. I didn't like that, to be honest. You almost got a phone call from me, and I was going to say meet old Buttsy for a coffee. But once you get to do that, and we'll have you back on the old 200 plus summer edition shortly. Good on you, son.
Mate, well, at least Snake Eyes is taking me out for coffee. He's whining and dining me.
Please.
Just getting all these promises of vouchers that are never really coming.
You'll probably get an invoice for that. Get off, please. Enjoy your day and chat soon. And we'll watch your reports on 7 News. See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Very good.
There he goes. Yes.
Xander. Busy time
Jeez,
for him.
I've got some snots. Yes, it is busy. It is. Wouldn't that be funny if we went to Francois? How are we going? I've just got a message. I have to interview Mitch Stark soon, so which it might be an exclusive.
Just before we go, do we want to call Will Swale and get an update on our dog?
Swaley. And then I've got a couple of questions for footy.
Yep.
And then we get off.
Yep.
But I've enjoyed this. Willy T was good. Righto. I teased the greyhound. Conqueror. Beautiful big hound. 38 kilos of bloody ball of muscle it is. It pissed in at Bendigo and it's ready to roar again. Plumbers, you get your opportunity to buy in, okay? You can have a tiny little share up to a 10% share, which is a nice chunk of dog if it wins. If it goes and wins the Melbourne Cup, eat, Patto. Anyway, Willie Swale's been pulling it together. So we'll get a quick update for the Plumbers and we'll just give him a bell now. Yes, Willie, we're over time because I've been telling stories about Jesus plays, but we need to just get to the crux of this dog, okay? So the hound's a beautiful hound, 38 kegs, dead set pissed in. It just gave him wind burn in Bendigo. We're heading up for a run probably in Shepparton. I know we're trialling tomorrow. Just tell the Plumbers what they need to know how to get into this beautiful animal, please.
You need some oxygen, please, Buttsy.
Thank you.
The frontal lobe is just going.
It's off.
Well, mate, we've gone on sale because the Patreon, of course, get this. So there is 25% gone already. And there's about 75% left. So the text message has gone out. First and best dressed. So unfortunately, we can't hold anything. So really, once you listen to this, it could be too late, but you never know.
Yeah. Okay. So follow the link, buy some hound. The crescendo for us is going to be getting on track and cheering the thing, but it's going to be a good ride, isn't it, Willie?
I mean, it is racing, so there is an asterisk there, but anything can happen. But as long as he stays fit and well, we should all have a lot of fun. We've done a bit of a deal with GRV as well, where we're going to have an owners' night on track, where there'll be free food, drinks all night, a bit of a plumber's invitational. So that's coming as well. So yeah, if you get a share in the dog, that's your ticket. Right.
Last one from me. You and I have been fielding a few calls because, quite frankly, we are carrying this partnership. How many Star League footballers have we had interest from about taking shares in the dog? And I'm not talking kind of chom level players, like much better than that.
They're
We've
training.
had some absolute stars. In fact, I can announce
the
Wizard Watson. He's in.
Wow.
He's paid.
That's amazing. The Wizard. I'll be in a Wizard hat on the night.
It's about the same size as Big Conqueror.
I believe Jack Higgins says Clary Oliver's expressed.
What a loose group of units.
Yes, so
Caleb Windsor.
Correct. So I think on track in a couple of weeks might be absolute chaos.
Yeah, star-studded.
So yeah, you'll be added to the group chat. It'll be a free for all.
On you, Willie. Can't wait.
How do they find the link?
I'm paid up. How do you find the link, Willie?
Well, Benny will put it in the show notes, but another 2%'s gone while I've been on the phone call. So, gee whiz, you'll be hard-pressed for any to be left, Butts.
My mum is in, and so you better have some nice sort of Chardonnay or something on track for her because she's a bit loose, my mum, but she's got a share.
It'll be a shardy party.
On you. See you later.
Party. Love that.
Right.
Wow.
Good show.
Yeah,
Lobe
great
is going a bit off. Righto, footy. Getting rid of the bounce. What? We're not going to get you fined or anything here. What was your initial reaction? To that?
Flat.
Oh, yeah.
Real
'Cause
flat.
you're a good bouncer.
Not just that. It's bigger than that. Like it's
Tradition.
It is. It's tradition. It's unique. And to remove something that it's genuinely the fabric of the game. Like it's in the charter. You just can't wipe things off willy-nilly from the charter. So, yeah,
Does Swan know what he's doing here?
It's been compared to any other sport in the world, a restart. Like it's effectively now a tip-off.
It's a jump ball.
It is.
Well, it's even going to affect the commentators. I was thinking about I love when
To
you get
bounce
the
down.
first bounce in the footy. It's a little bit of like taking the first ball. The host throws over to you and you had a bit of this theatre,
Big time.
There we go. The umpire holds the ball aloft and it's gone up against Draper and bang, it's a shit bounce and we got to recall it.
Yeah.
It was happening a bit too much. But when there was a good bouncer like you, it was a beautiful one. It was a perfect high bounce.
Now, I won't profess to be
You're okay.
any sort of ruck expert, but surely there's such an element of craft now gone from the game.
Yeah. Pat
As
would
an
agree.
undersized ruck, yeah.
both
That was
were.
your only chance of getting a
going
hit out
early.
against Sandilands or Cox. You know, you had to the unpredictability of
Yeah,
it.
and time it. You got four guys out there that all bounce different height. Some throw it out. You know,
don't understand.
learning. Like when you have Melbourne, like Max Gawn knows every single umpire on the list how high they bounce the ball.
Gee, that's professional.
So he'll see in the warm up and he'll know. He always
That's a one.
So,
See, I'm telling Ted that.
so that sort of stuff. Now you're like, oh well, everyone throws at 7 meters.
That's like who was that nutter that played at the Pistons in Chicago? Basketballer, NBA?
Dennis
Rodman. Right, everyone thought Rodman was a fuck up, but Rodman would go in there and have a couple of beers and get his mates to throw up bricks, so he'd start working for his rebounding at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Gone is Rodman.
I don't know why they couldn't have just kept the centre bounce, the first bounce
Agree.
of each game. But I don't know, footy, does that impact then you don't practice enough? And then
what's
so
the
forth,
what's the point? I mean, my first year was 2012, and we used to bounce around the ground. So you'd go and have 30 odd bounces in a game, and that's like I can understand
They were
removing.
shit bounces. They wouldn't go high
shocking.
enough.
You'd get to this like horrific soft patch out on the flank at the SCG, and you'd be lucky to get it above your own head.
So it's not coming from the umpire saying, "Oh, our backs are too sore."
Or I think there's one or two guys that have genuinely had back issues. But like Simon and Meredith umpired the grand final 2 weeks ago and he's 50 and hit darts for 120 minutes. So it's like, it's not coming from that. I think it's a pathways thing and I get that, but perhaps there could have been a different way to look at it where does every single person on your list have to bounce? Can you have designated, you know, in each team? There's four of us out there. Like there's often people that have bad days and we go, don't worry about it today, we'll cover you.
Yeah, because you could completely lose your shit when you've had a few bounces. You know, I'm actually a really good bouncer. I had a bounce off with Razor Ray footy. I did a story. I'm going to find this. It's on my Facebook. It's one of I said at the time, reverse parking, weirdly, because I'm a shit driver, but I'm a good reverse parker. And bouncing was just this skill that I was born with. And Ray goes, Jesus. And Gene Fagner, I had to go against him.
Yes.
He goes, you've got a strange technique.
Yep.
Ray actually said, eventually I'll wear one in the snout. Because I get my head a bit close to the ball.
You don't put your head over the ball.
No, I back, but he goes, mate, that's a strange techers. Like you might wear one.
Yeah.
But he's like, good height, and very consistent.
There you go.
Anyway, Razor. But
Would you
No
have
need
been
for
the
that
best bouncer of the umpiring quartet on grand final day? Why couldn't you have just come out and done the bounce?
Oh,
and
you
then
reckon
pissed
get
off
the designated one out just to roll out each and every time? Maybe just a designated for every single game.
we're all disappointed, and I'm with you. I don't know why we couldn't just have the first one, not just of the game, of the quarter. Okay, if it's a chicken little bounce, who cares? But at least you get that theatre.
That would just be a gateway to removing it altogether anyway. So at least the Band-Aid's just completely been ripped.
Yeah, fair enough. Northern Bull Ants ripping that Band-Aid. I'm a bit disappointed here. I don't want to go right off the long run because I don't know every fact. But for a debt of 270 grand, I'm putting it on the club a little bit. I'm hoping that you had your shit together and saying at least to maybe show a way of making 130, 140 grand of that. Like, what are you doing sponsorship-wise, etc. But I think that's too harsh because times are tough, money's tight, and really, I'm pretty disappointed in the AFL. For there is cash being splashed left, right, and centre.
Yeah. The easiest thing to draw a comparison is what did Snoop get versus 270K for 140 years of history. But I think that comp is not set up right. Like
it's not sustainable.
Maybe they need two tiers.
Well, that's what the old VFA was. It was fantastic.
Could they have gone to another competition?
And I think we need here's my idea. And Eddie Maguire, if you're listening, I might get into bed with you on this one. Yeah, I think we need to go back to two tiers. And especially it's a bit hard with the AFL reserves. I'm actually thinking maybe just let the AFL reserves become the AFL reserves. Let's get those old VFA clubs and let's turn footy back 20 years. All right, it's a bit like cage footy. You can hip and shoulder, you can sling tackle. We put it on Monday. I spoke to a decorated listed AFL player about this who mainly plays in the VFL, said that would be a good idea. Pay blokes cash, Monday nights, it's kind of like raw footy, and we get a TV deal, and I'll do it on Channel 10, and I'll host and call.
Who pays for the CTE?
There's always a self-insertion.
No, you sign a waiver for the
end.
CTE.
There's always an angle at the end of it.
Footy, you can umpire.
There it is.
Right. And we bounce.
Yeah.
Right, we bounce. We hip and shoulder. You can sling tackle. It's not stupid.
I'm not ready to join a rogue league
Okay.
just yet, Buttsy.
And we've got about 8 teams, and we do it on a Monday night, and it's a TV product, and everyone just sits back, and because there's shit all on TV, and you laugh, Benny, when I'm hosting this thing, and it's a bloody.
Didn't Vince McMahon do this with wrestling back in the day?
Well, I hope
like
he
an
did,
ex-football
but I'm gonna
league.
do it.
Didn't they do this?
Yes.
I might borrow $1 million. I'll buy out the fucking Bull Ants, and I'll just go to all Sandringham, Box Hill, Coburg. I'm a past Coburg player, and this is going to happen. And we're going to just say, look, boys, if you're a little piss weak outside player who doesn't want to get hip and shouldered, this ain't for you. Go and get on the sup list and play in the Collingwood twos. But if you're a bit of a hard bastard and you've come out of the Northern Footy League or the bloody EDFL and you want a bit of TV time and go out Monday nights, this is for you.
No stand the mark rule. None of that nonsense.
Stand the mark rule.
No bullshit.
We pay
East-West.
cash in bags. Okay, and they've got a lot of media. We're going to have bloody drones up.
Sling tackle back on.
All of that shit. Okay, we're on to
Elbows?
something here. No elbows. No, it's not stupid.
That's where we
It's
draw
just
the line.
footy.
Fucking hell, Ben.
Sorry. Yes, that.
You know what it is, Benny? It's the good old days.
Yeah. Like it.
Okay, everyone yearning for the good old days. We'll give it back to you on Monday night. Clubby Sports. How's Buckley going? Has he got a line of credit?
Well, no, I don't think so. But we need some Saudi money or something.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Will we bounce?
I've got an idea.
Right.
I'd love to see now this time of year who is the best local team in Australia.
It's not bad.
like
We might
something
buy
like
this
that.
too.
You know, like the
Didn't
Heidelbergs
we
or-
have that, and it was called the Foxtel Cup?
Didn't
Rest
go
in
well. They were
peace.
only state league cups, though.
There was
They were
state.
state league.
There was
Yes.
like a VFL level. But
Yep.
yeah, it's sad about the Bull Ants.
Very sad.
Chom's probably happy.
Yeah, well, Chom half killed them. Anyway, and Hammer Jorgensen took all the money, according to some plumber.
Oh.
But that's not true. We like Hammer. Anyway, I've got to get Mitch Stark in a minute. I've just been thrown onto this, being the award-winning all-round reporter. Not only are you doing footy trades, you're doing bloody Mitch Stark.
Well, I'll do this then. We can finish up. I've got a couple quick fire.
Yeah, fire
Give me
up.
one word answers, whatever it has to be. Let's just get through some plumber questions. So, first of all, a lot of plumbers have wrote in asking for yours and my take on the Cats getting in trouble for the third-party payments.
No, there was nothing. There must have been the most piddly fart little admin errors.
Obviously, the fine
So
matches
nothing
the
wrong.
indiscretion.
Everyone's lining up the Cats.
I understand
You
why
get-
other clubs are upset, but like at the end of the day, like,
You'd all be doing it.
it is what it is. It's not going to affect the Cats next year. Like I can't do anything about it. They can't do anything about it. No
If it's anything decent, you don't get fined 70 grand.
exactly.
Okay,
So,
move on,
yeah.
please. Next one.
I'd say move on. Should Stephen May go to North?
Is that being mooted?
There was talks about it. Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt him. He
Let
probably
Chom
need-
intercept. Stephen May can play on
Well,
him.
that's true.
Yeah.
Chom goes well. He probably needs to get out of the Demons. You don't want to be driving down to Casey Scorpions when you're 32.
Agreed.
Casey Demons.
Was the compensation for Draper enough? Pick 20.
It's probably about right.
Yeah,
End
well,
of the
it's-
first.
yeah,
He
and it's
wasn't-
to
you
do
know
with
what?
their
Essendon
contract,
weren't
isn't
paying
it?
him huge dough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based on the contract.
So they should get a good player for that.
Yep. Ash's prediction, like 3-2, 1-4. What do we reckon?
I'm worried about Cummins
Oh, yeah, I'm a bit worried too. I reckon
and our batting lineup.
we're going to have a draw. I just think we're going to have a draw. Yeah, I was thinking 2-2.
Yeah.
2-2.
2-2.
Like that. This might be for you, footy. Horse of the Spring Carnival or a best bet for Saturday.
Sir Delius is the best horse of the spring. I've been banging on about this horse since winter. He's just won the Turnbull. He could win the Cox Plate and he'll win the Melbourne Cup.
Wow. Wow, strong. I like it.
Car Ying Rising's trial. Are you worried?
I poo-pooed it and they came for me on social media. So it's good. I love it, a strong opinion.
Can we see a drift, and could we get Car Ying Rising at 250 on the day? Because old Wop might launch in.
It needed the run.
Yeah, didn't it?
It rates so clear of ours, but going internationals, different story, different rate.
Anyway, we'll be at Caulfield anyway, so let's not worry about that.
Last but not least, Butsy's Noosa recommendation for the Plumbers going up north in summer.
Oh, Surf Club.
Yep.
Patto's been there just recently, but Surf Club, certainly for your race day, get there, get a seat for about, it gets darker earlier there, but I reckon you're there at 4. watch the beautiful sunset with your missus, get a bit of some oysters, Kilpatrick, couple of pints, a little shardy for the better half, and then while your wife goes to the toilet, go and put on some trots bets, and then come back and just watch There is no better place to have a cold beer.
Love it.
It's the best place in Australia to watch the races. I reckon.
It is. Go to Frank's Gym and say Butts sent you, and you'll get looked after there. But you can't if you drop your weights, you get booted out. So don't drop your weights. And if you want to have a really fancy dinner for your anniversary or something, Sales is lovely.
Yeah.
But that's a once-off.
That's very good.
Plenty to look at on the National Park walk as
what's
well.
the little-
Get up early.
What's the little Asian fusion place on the other side of the street, not the beach side of the main street? There?
Asian fusion.
Oh, it's a 10 out of
Not
10.
really my go.
Bang Bang.
Bang
Yes.
Bang. Yeah.
Great joint.
Yeah, that was lovely.
That's rank 1. That's group 1.
Okay. I think we're just about there. Quick shout out for me too. I lost my dear Uncle Barry during the week. He was a state leaguer, played Richmond and Collingwood twos. Fine ruckman at Greensborough, 1971 B&F. Skinny. They used to call him a praying mantis because he wore the Greensborough green kit, and they tried to knock him out, but he used to take 20 marks a game. Skinny, big hands. Got best on ground at all our weddings. He was that uncle that he was a bit of a vagabond. He lived up in Mackay, but when we got married, he'd come down, drink 25 Peronis, and be best mates with everyone. Great storyteller. He got crook pretty quick, and this I don't mean to get a bit deep, but my dad said, "Look, he's in Mackay Hospital. He's not going to last long. If you want to, you can ring the hospital and speak to him." And it took a little bit actually. So, I'm ringing the front desk and I'd like to talk to my uncle. He's quite crook. And eventually they got me through and, last legs with cancer. But I did it. I sort of fell apart a bit. Like, what do you say? But I eventually said, mate, you were sort of like my uncle that played footy. You were such a good bloke. Like all my mates loved you that we hardly ever knew you. Great storyteller. Just thanks for being such a good bloke. And he said, good on you, mate. And feel wrapped that I did it.
Yeah.
So State League buzzer up there. My old man, he was, absolute last legs. He said to Dad, can you get me one more beer? I've got a photo of it. He went and got him a 4X Gold.
Oh, unreal.
And knocked that out with the tubes in.
Yeah.
But loved to punt it, loved the dogs. My grandpa used to race dogs and he was the handler. He used to put it in the box. I don't think I'm allowed to do that with Conqueror. But Bazza, good on you, mate. Hope you're up there in the pub tab in the sky.
Right on. Have a beer for
said,
Bazza.
On your Bazza, on your plumbers.
Well done.
To you. Thank you.